Om. 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 गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये Jai Gurudev, Brahmaraji kindly guide us how we should proceed. Should we start from Gita Mahatmya? Brahmaraji, shall I?
We did it yesterday, right? Oh, you want to sing the
No,
big
no, it
Gita
is.
Mahatmyam?
No, I don't know because as per her guidance, we will proceed. What is the suggestion? I mean, I don't know. We are doing Bhagavad Gita Manana today, right?
I think she meant, I don't know, they haven't decided anything yet. She, in the group, she put whether to do the Gurudev versus um,
Yeah,
Manana. So I
Manana.
wasn't sure what that Manana means. I thought we are going back to the home study.
Okay, yeah. So let her. I mean, I don't know. I did not understand.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. We'll wait for
yeah,
her. Or you can.
yeah. Yesterday's experience was truly divine for everyone, right? We can share our experience or we can share our takeaways till she join. I mean, till she said she will join in 5 minutes.
It is really nice to listen to her. The reading was great, and it's really take us to the images that we can portray ourselves, in terms of what was read. And I mean, again, not everything sinks into you, but there are things that we read I mean, that was like express mode just last 3 days, right? To getting everything in our head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely true, Dr. Mara. It was very, very beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, that time when we are reading, we can recognize all of it and recognizing it one part, but then like understanding it. When we read it again, some question came up, but again, I couldn't even write it down what questions I have. But I thought when we're reviewing it again, it will help us to understand better. That's what I thought. But
Yeah.
it was really nice that her singing and how Nana wants us to do everything in the right way. That is caring
Mm,
about us. It's really nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Jai
Brahmaraji,
Gurudev.
your Telugu chanting was so divine. It was so divine. I have no words to express. Very beautiful it was.
Yeah, this is what my grandmother would sing morning and night. And uh,
Is
this in
this
essence, I mean,
your
this
dad
comes
write
from,
it or somebody wrote it down?
yeah,
Or
that was the author was mentioned in the last, that
oh yeah, yeah,
Narayana,
yeah. Uh-huh.
the author is mentioned.
Okay, okay. Mhm.
So it is like the gist of Bhagavad Gita itself is the gist of all the Upanishads. Sarvopanishado Gavo. And the gist of that was mentioned in those 18 verses, 18 or 19 verses. One chapter, every chapter had one line, I mean, one stanza for that. And Gurudev has further distilled that into the 5 points and the whole happiness program. So we'll use this opportunity. I think maximum number have requested for Manana. So today I think we each of us will share our understanding of the 18 chapters in a gist, and then we can move forward. If we still have some time, yes, of course, we'll start watching Gurudev's Bhagavad Gita, right? So we'll keep the forum open for our sharing. Hmm? And all of us are really blessed. It is His grace, and that is what is binding all of us together on this mm, moksha marga. All of us are still work in progress. There will be doubts coming up. Even I had some doubts that when I was reading, I had some doubts coming up, but then I said I will let the flow go on. Um, Much better than what it was 3 years back when we actually started. Much better, little bit better understanding right now. So I think with that faith that this will only get better as we keep at it. That clarity will get better and better. Um, and that clarity also will get better for our own sakes when we share, when we express it. So as we are talking, then there will be some little doubts. You yourself would know where there is that clarity, where there is no clarity. And then we can go back and look into the text one more time. Hmm? So we let everybody share. Jai Gurudev.
Brahmaraji, I have two questions. In chapter 15, Bhagwan says four types of fourfold food. So three we know, sattvic, rasic, tamasic. That was the question. And in chapter 17, uh, there are three folds of tapas, kaik, vachik, mansik. But that also sattvic, rasic, tamasic. But how tamasic can be the tapas? Kaik, vachik, mansik. How it will be described? So I could not understand again. Since we have gone through that, but how the tamasic
Yeah.
tapas can be? That these
It
two
is like
questions
the
arise.
example, yeah, that Gurudev gives, no? For tamasic tapas is like the terrorists. They are also committed. They also do a lot of work, but then it is all for the sake of destruction. So it is not for
Mhm.
anybody's good. So that becomes tamasic tapas.
But can it be a
Tapas,
tapas then? Because tapas we do whatever we do for something gaining higher.
not necessarily. Tapas is
Okay.
something that you persevere, something you forbear. You're forbearing something in order to get some outcome. Like the sattvic tapas is for, of course, it to begin with, it is difficult, but the end is amrita. Whereas rajasic tapas, beginning is okay, but the end is painful. Tamasic tapas, the beginning and the end both are painful. So their tapas is not to be understood as only for something uplifting. No, tapas is you're enduring that. You're putting your body through that commitment, that perseverance, that discipline. Sattvic discipline is uplifting, whereas tamasic discipline is quite the opposite.
You know how Ravana takes
And
the
what
Ravan.
about the
tapas,
fourfold
tapas
foods?
to.
Sorry, continue. Belaji, continue.
Yeah, Dr. Mara, I was giving the same example. Dr. Mara, please continue. Ravana's only. Yeah.
No, when you ask about the tamasic tapas example, we are trying to tell, like Asuras, when they do tapas, to acquire some, win somebody or take away some whole world, for themselves, that kind of thing. Like, as she read, they only ask for two Asuras. One is immortality and the second one is conquer all the world, not only this world, everything like that. So that is not that's for the selfish reason, right? It's not about good for others. The sattvic is more of good for others that and them probably that in turn give them goodness doing that tapas. But like what Dr. Brahma said, I was just trying to give you maybe example.
And
Yeah,
I
if
don't.
anyone requires, yeah, please go ahead.
Go
Anyone
ahead, Gita.
requires sharing of screen, just let me know. That's what I wanted to tell.
So I don't know whether it was 4 types of food or 4 types of the ashramas, like the
It's
Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra.
Yeah,
So I
varnas.
can't really
Mhm.
remember. Yeah.
There were four varnas, but then food is only three, right? The three karmas, all of
Yes.
them based on the sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic
Tamasic.
karma, knowledge, food, and what else did you say? There was
Charity. Charity.
charity, right? Yeah, even charity. That was really nice. That the gist was given
Mm.
how. Yeah, it was nice that.
So from my understanding, um, the whole Bhagavad Gita is about um, it is like a manual for life, and through Arjuna, Bhagavan gives us these, and Arjuna is like representing each one of the seekers. In that, he goes through a confusion in the beginning. Initially, he sets out for the war all prepared, and he says, Krishna, take me to the middle of the battlefield. I want to see whom I'm going to fight. And then in that moment of delusion, he is overcome by so much of compassion, and he gets confused because his commitment towards dharma versus his feelings towards his relatives. So he's overpowered by his feelings, and he says, how can I fight them? And then he gives a very logical explanation of as to what will happen if he kills all of them, how adharma will prevail, how not adharma, how the widowed women, and he gives a lot of logical explanation. It seems very normal, and he says, why should I fight? I don't have the will to rule the kingdom. I'm happier going to the forest. I would like to go back there. And therefore he drops his bow and he says, in that fit of confusion, he says, I am not going to fight. And then when Krishna tells him, get up and, Klaibyam masmagamah partha. This is unbecoming of you, Arjuna. You're a Kshatriya. This is so unbecoming of you. And then he's still in that, in the overcome by his emotions. But then the one step Arjuna takes, it says, I'm so confused. Show me the way. Teach me. I surrender to you. I am your student. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. And that one step, I think, is such an important step that each one of us takes, which is why we are here right now on this forum. To say, please, I'm confused, show me the way. And then Bhagwan starts his the teachings of Bhagavad Gita with the 11th shloka of chapter 2, as Ashocyan Anvashochastvam Prajnavadamscha Bhashase Gatasunagatasumscha Nanushocanti Pandita. He says, you're grieving for someone who's not to be grieved, but you talk words of wisdom like a Pandita. And then he goes on to talk to him about what Atma is and what Anatma is, and how this body is perishable, and how when we contact the sense through the sense organs, matra, sparshastu kanteya, we experience pairs of opposites. But every encounter we have with the sense objects ends in misery. So that it seemingly is happy in the beginning, but then it ends in misery. So that is all that is ephemeral. It is not permanent. And he gives him the example of what is real, what is unreal, what is permanent, what is not permanent. And then Arjuna asks him the question, Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. What are the features of such a person who has attained this state? And then Bhagavan goes on to explaining how he is he's beyond the gunas, beyond the dvandvas, beyond the pairs of opposites. And how, just like a tortoise, he withdraws himself when he encounters any sense attractions. And how, like in an ocean, the desires, they come and then they actually dissolve. They don't affect him at all. Then starts Arjuna's questions, and he says, you praise jnana and then you asking me to do this terrible deed of fighting. Tell me, I'm so confused again. And then the third chapter starts with the karma yoga, and he says, as long as your mind is not prepared, we will have to continue karma yoga. Karma yoga with its the need for karma yoga is so that the mind gets purified and knowledge can dawn in there. And then goes on to all the other chapters, the importance of knowledge, the importance of jnana karma sannyasa yoga. It is not just sannyasa of actions, of ritualistic actions. Then that will become a hypocritic sannyasa. So it is actually through jnanena karma sannyasa. Out of knowledge. By knowledge, you're renouncing action. Then in the 5th chapter, Pashyan, Shrinvan, Sprishan, Grinnan. So as though he's acting, but he's not acting. And he knows the difference between, he sees that action and inaction and inaction, inaction. That's such a wise person. Such is a wise person. And then he goes on to giving lays down the rules for dhyana yoga. in chapter 6, where he says you would have to sit at a level, not at the ground level, a little higher, something which is stable. Your seat has to be stable. You'll have to keep your head and neck, your spine erect, and focusing on the in-breath and the out-breath. Then you steady your mind. So through Karma Yoga, you cleanse your mind, and through Dhyana Yoga, you attain that mana, the Chanchala mana becomes Thira, becomes steady. These practices again and are important for a seeker, for a he says there are two lifestyles, two committed lifestyles. One is of jnana for those renunciates, and for those who are into karma, karma yoga. And then he describes all the three gunas, how they affect everybody who is, nobody is free from these three gunas until and unless moksha is attained, when you go past the three gunas. So you're caught up by the three gunas, sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. He goes on to explain how food, how our actions, how charity, how even our discipline, the tapas itself, all these are governed by these three gunas. And the kind of food that sattvic people like, tamasic and rajasic people like. So he's actually giving us a mirror there in those three chapters. Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga, he talks of how there are two kinds of people, asuric tendencies and daivic tendencies. And he so clearly enumerates what are the daivic tendencies and what are the asuric. It's like a mirror for us to see where we stand. And in the 13th chapter, he talks of what knowledge is. What is this knowledge that we're talking of in that Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga? And whole of 12th is all about bhakti, and he gives so many alternatives. If you cannot follow yoga, then it's meditation. If not meditation, at least do karma sannyasa. He says at least renounce the, if you're not able to renounce the action, then at least renounce the results of the action. So he goes on to saying what is higher, which is, if not this, that. He gives so many alternatives there. And then finally in Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, where Arjuna still has a doubt as what is Tyaga, what is Sannyasa, he goes on to giving his opinion of what Tyaga is. He says a person has to continue, as long as there is this body, the actions will have to continue. There is no other way. Yajna dana tapah karma na tyajet. You will have to continue doing these. But with what attitude? With an attitude of giving up the results, with an attitude of a karma yogi. And only a karma yogi only a person who is eligible to take sannyasa will be able to take sannyasa. So that eligibility is through karma yoga. Karma yoga makes a person mature. He's following his karma and with an attitude of yajna bhava, of Ishwararpana buddhi, and whatever the result, he takes it as prasada buddhi. With this attitude, with his antakarana, which is purified, because he's doing this with a sattvic attitude. He does not want anything except antakarana shuddhi. Whereas a rajasic person who's doing karma wants a particular end. So it is not with an and he gets upset when he doesn't get he doesn't achieve what he has to achieve, a rajasic person. Whereas the sattvic person is, no matter what the outcome, he continues to doing his karma whatever needs to be done at that particular point of time, according to his roles and responsibility. And then finally, with the dawn of knowledge, he goes to a Brahmanishta, uh, uh, the guru who is well read in the Shastras, and who is yoked to Brahman. Through that guru, the karma yogi would have to learn his knowledge, continue on the path of knowledge, and then finally there will be that dawn of knowledge and liberation. And finally, Krishna tells Arjuna, he says, that is it, I have done my teaching. I hope you have listened to all of this. And he tells him, now you do as you wish. He starts off with Ashochan Anvashochastvam, and then in the end he ends with Ma Shuchaha, do not grieve. There is nothing to grieve. Then Arjuna finally he says, yes, Nashto Mohaha Smritir Labdha. He says, my delusion is gone and I will do as you say. Yeah, Jai Gurudev, I will, maybe everybody else can also share.
Jai Gurudev, Brahmaraji, I cannot express anything else, but just like after yesterday's session, just like Arjuna, Nashto Moha, our all delusions are over. So we would love to have your guidance how to proceed further. That's all. We take complete refuge, and it was so blissful. So kindly guide us how we should proceed in our routine life when we are doing our whether we are doing day-to-day life or whether we are doing some special in professional life or some seva, whatever form we are doing.
I think the roadmap has been already laid out, right? So all of us that we are on this path, we just have to refine our karma yoga attitude. Just live life with a yajna bhava and prioritize based on how China had mentioned, Swami Surya Padaji had mentioned. When you're in doubt, just sit back, look back, and then reflect. What is, at that point, what is the most important thing to be done? When you prioritize it and you keep moksha as the topmost, it should be your first, and the main aim is you've yoked yourself to moksha, which is why of the dharma artha kama, when you are clear about your the goal, that itself is a big step. And then we finally refine ourselves using all the 5 knowledge points that Gurudev has mentioned. It's easier said than done. Just speaking is different, but when you're given a situation, actually to put into practice 100% all that is being taught, or all that we've listened to, converting that jnana into vijnana, that is our tapas, that is our effort. And Krishna gives us that surety. He says, even in the Gita Mahatmyam, it is mentioned, even half, a quarter of a shloka you chant every day, it will lift you up. It will, and Gurudev himself says, this path is a path of evolution. You may go down 5 steps. You may have come forward 10 steps, but you will not go back all the 10 steps. You may falter here and there. So let us not beat ourselves up. As much as it's important for us to stay on the path, it's so important also not to uh, uh, put ourselves down when something amiss happens. We don't need to beat ourselves up. Get up and continue. That is the resolve. That is, with that dhriti, we move forward. After all, even Arjuna, such a great warrior, such a great Dhanurdhara, he talks in the 6th chapter, he says, Manas chanchala mastiram. The mind is such, it's the nature of the mind. Sometimes when our energy is not so great, we can get engulfed. The state of our mind depends on so many factors, on our own energy levels, on the environment, on the people around, on the food we eat. So there may be times when the mind gets a little unsettled. But then with viveka, with that discrimination, oh, this is happening in the mind, and I'll understand the mind. So uddhared atmanatmanam. So use your mind, use yourself to uplift yourself. That is the most important thing for a sadhak, for a a seeker to do.
We have to have sakshi bhava, means witnessing the things going on in our mind, in our body, means we have to be established in that sakshi bhava. Means that is other, and this mind, body, this everything is other. If we just observe it, the emotions, that this etc. will be slowly reducing it. So we have to be in that sakshi bhava. We know the knowledge, we have to just apply it. If krodha is coming, oh, I am getting krodha. If you just pause for a little and just witness it, that I am getting angry, that anger will just subside. That I had seen. Earlier I was just getting too much angry. I have just practiced it. So this is not only for one emotion, everything. Just be in that witnessing attitude, witness, not involve. It's a very thin layer, a thin line, very difficult, very difficult. Just observe. So when you meditate, you are doing the same thing. So every step we have to be observing ourselves, what I am doing, what I am the other, and everything is the world, which is Nashvara. I am not in that. So observation, sakshi bhava is the most important. Pause for a little. Anything, pause for. Even Guruji is, whenever he has told, whenever you want to sign or do any other important work, just pause for a little. This Senor Ubhryor Madhye means why Arjuna and Arjuna wanted to be stationed in the middle of the sides, Kaurava side and Pandava side. So we should be that. That is the first thing. We should not take any stand. If you want, if don't think as you are Pandavas. From the side of Pandava, you should not think. You should be standing in between and think, witness it, what it is. So we should be always standing in between whenever we have been posed with the problem. That is the first thing we have learned from this Bhagavad Gita. Sena Ubhayor Madhye, standing witness, not taking the sides. When you take sides, then you are involved. Attachment starts. And apply the knowledge. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. But again, come up. What is your goal? What is your this one? Be fixed on that. I do not want anything less than moksha. That has to come to us. We should not be satisfied with whatever. Satisfied means, I got it, enough, not moksha. Moksha should be this one, and contented with the whatever we have. Whatever we have, that gratitude. See that in the kantha, that throat chakra, there are two emotions. One is gratefulness and another is sadness. So when you are very sad, you are choked up in the throat. And when you are grateful also, you are choked up in there. So when you have gratitude, you will not have sadness. And if you are sad, complaining, everything, you will not be grateful. So just be Sakshi Bhav. I have everything. I am Purna. Contentment should be there. Purnatva has to come. When you go for I need, there is no end to it. That desire, kama. So just be observing it. That is the meditation we are doing. I have everything. I don't need anything. And I do nothing. That also should be there. When you are in Atma Bhava, Atma doesn't do anything. So you are that. So it's really a process, and we have to do our karma according to our swadharma, whatever be the result. Everything goes, I have to do this because I need it. That is the beginning point. But when you start and do it, leave it to the God, whatever it is. According to the karma it takes. So be the Sakshi Bhava again. Whatever has happened for good at this stage. I have to again clean myself. If I witness a adverse effect for me, so I'm not fit still to get that. The need has to go. The contentment has to come. Gratefulness has come. So every step we have to be careful. And Bhagavad Gita teaches practically what to do. And we have to remember those Daivi Sampat, Abhayam, and all that. And we should be what we should be aiming at. Ahimsa, Shanti, Arjavam, Niradhara, everything, whatever, 21 qualities. So this is a very, very long process, and we are so lucky to have such profound knowledge given to us by Bhagavan itself. What more pramana you need? Nothing. Bhagavan Uvacha. It is ordained by Bhagavan. The first word is this Asocham. What is that? The first Krishna utters, you are grieving for nothing. You are acting like a Pandita, but grieving for something which is not permanent or whatever. So that is the first thing. He smiles and tells, Sanjaya tells with a smile on this one. Means where Krishna knows where we stand. We are grieving for nothing. We talk about Pandita like a Pandita. We're grieving for what it should not be grieved. That is a really wonderful first verse which Krishna tells us. Witness, see, you have been given. Here go. Stand in between. Look at things. Stand in between your mind and your actions, in between, and decide. Be Sakshi Bhava. So it needs a lot of practice, and we have Krishna also given yoga, pranayama. All this will reduce the chanchalamana, pisthira, which will give us light for the further steps, pranayama and all that. All the things, pranayama, yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and ultimately jnana yoga. Slowly he is taking chapter by chapter. And to explain that he is everywhere, everything is contained, whatever we are having, we have Atma in it, pervaded by Atma. That the avatar he shows, it's a wonderful. Everyone is coming and going out. Such a beautiful explanation. Every chapter makes us understand, go deeper. Every verse has a meaning. And we have to become Arjuna. Arjuna, who is a archer. So we have to make our body itself as our bow and mind as the arrow. And Atma as Krishna. And fight our own mind, our own this one, being the Sakshi Bhava. So we will be successful. The last verse. Wherever there is Krishna and the Arjuna who is prepared for to fight with his bow and arrow. We will have success. Vijayi Bhava. The last verse also. Who follows dharma, who follows swadharma. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, that is your job. That's it. No job is big or small. And no person is small or big. Everyone is at his place. So respect everyone. All this Sarva Bhutatma have equal respect for everyone, each and every, all the animal being, even the plants, trees, they have their space. Beautiful, really. And Brahma is summarized so nicely. We have to, each and every step. We are lucky to have Brahma, and through Brahma, Nanaji. So nice family. We got the guidance. It is now we have to fight for ourselves. Be Arjuna. We have Krishna with us. Thank you for everyone. Every time when you go through it, you get an other side of the verse. So deeper meaning in every verse. Oh, I have not thought like this. Every time, whatever time you read. And Guruji has given us, we are lucky to have Guruji also. Thanks for everyone for this Manana. We are lucky to have all of you. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Yeah, thank you, Sureshji. Can I request everybody to share their understanding in a gist, a few sentences even, about the Bhagavad Gita, so the session will be meaningful that way. What is their understanding of the Gita? And a few takeaways, what is that has touched you most? What is your takeaway from the Bhagavad Gita?
Hari Om. For me, like it's been 2 years, like continuously we are studying, and it has changed a lot for myself how to take the life. And initially it was reacting to situations and person, it was more, but from last 2 years, like I myself worked upon it, and it was not I myself, it was with that grace and this knowledge that taking things in a different stride, you doing your work firstly with that yagya bhava, like don't expect anything because everyone is acting according to their gunas. So accepting people as such, doing your own job, whatever is required at that time, specifically respecting the time, maintaining the discipline, trying to maintain the discipline. It is not always that you can follow because we have not achieved that yogi level. So, but keeping in mind that yes, we have to respect the time and doing that, doing your work with that yagya bhava, not expecting the result. Always you have to memorize it whenever you I do some whatever, like I do with that, okay, this to be done, so I am doing. Whatever the result may be, it's, if it is good, it's fine. If it is not, then it is like I have to improve something more upon myself, and maybe this is the testing time. So that shraddha happens more, that faith deepens by that attitude that someone is there to take care of you, no matter what is happening, but someone is there behind. And you know that shraddha which is there, it helps to maintain that peace inside bosom. Like you are not shaken by the situations and the events happening. So somewhere you have that faith that okay, this must be for my good. So accepting that and not getting caught up in that likes and dislikes. That is the raga dvesha which usually land us in situations which are not conducive. So having that alert mind and not getting caught with these likes and dislikes and doing what that time demands you to do, but still I myself get caught up like sometimes if time requires you have to do certain reading or some, and if I'm sitting in front of the TV, I would say okay, I'll get up in 15 minutes, but it lands up to maybe an hour. So that time, you have to realize that, oh, I wasted my time. I should have not done so. So it happens on daily basis. Like these things happens, they are happening still. So it is because of that knowledge that you realize that uh, what you have to do and what you should do, what does the time require. So that disciplining is happening all the time. Initially, I wasn't aware of, but by this knowledge, that awareness has come that yes, you have to do all these things in 24 hours. You have to sleep also. You have to do the sadhana, your work, your other responsibilities. So it is basic. This knowledge is with you all the time when you are awake. And of course, beside that raga dvesha also, this the other thing which like we have to like recently I started studying astrology also. So that also makes me think that it is, we are just like puppets, and it is that grace is always happening. Because of that grace, you are doing things which he wants you to do. So like many people join in the class, but few they dropped in, they did not continue. So it is, I felt that maybe like it is, if the knowledge is to be given to, it is also like destined that who would be taking it. Like in this class also, there were so many people, but only few of us are there now. So I think this destiny, that grace, it also has its role in our life. The birth chart with which we are born, those stars, those planets, they decide the platter on your plate, which what you will be, what you have, and it is your will and his grace that you are able to pick up and implement. So in a nutshell, I would say, just say that doing that job in Yagya Bhava, surrendering him everything, and with that following the discipline and respecting time, and that raga dvesha with you have to be, for that you have to have an alert mind. And of course, most priority, what I like, the discipline which Nanaji said, that you have to recite or read daily. So that helps a lot, because at the end of the day, when we go to sleep, I usually do this, reciting a chapter and reading some of the text as the time allows, maybe half an hour or quarter one, like whatever as the day decides, because I have to sleep at 11. So before that, whatever, as soon as I could make it, so that I can sit before sleeping. So I practice that, and it has helped me a lot with the sound sleep also. Then it has become that routine of that daily ritual, rather it has become. So all these things, these knowledge, these are helping us to disciplining ourselves in every way. In every way, I can say, from eating to sleeping and working. So this knowledge is the most important part of my life. And I'm so thankful to Dr. Brahmara and Nanaji and this group too, for being connected and helping. It has helped me a lot. And I hope we continue further also. Yeah, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. It appears as if Nididhyasana is happening. Thank you, Dr. Savita. Um, Again, a request is for all of us. We are, I think, how many? 12, 11 of us here. So those of us who have not yet shared, please share.
Jai Gurudev. Bhagavad Gita, I find is a mystical, devotional document. You should have total faith in God, otherwise you won't understand anything about Gita. One thing is, everything is God, living, non-living, totally you should be devoted. Then only this Bhagavad Gita will understand. It takes several million janmas to understand Gita, they say. Just not enough one janma, we can't understand this. There's so much of depth it has. And my understanding is you should eliminate this I and mine, likes and dislikes. Totally, it has to be totally eradicated from life. Do what needs to be done to drop and move on. In every situation without any, attachment and desire. Then we don't know from where we have come, from where we are going. In between, we are manifested. So these are all very mystical. We don't know anything about us. Follow dharma, do your karma, so that you don't incur any, bad karma, so that there's no further life and death process. And also, yeah, do everything and again, yajna bhava, prasada buddhi, all that should be there in life to follow Gita. These are all you have to follow. You have to constantly, you should be in touch with this. Every day you should read, understand. You don't know what clicks when, we don't know. It is so mystical. This is, every word resonates something. So, to understand Gita, you need divine grace, Guru's grace, humility, devotion. This is my general understanding. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Dave. For me, it sounds like, before Gita and after starting this Atma Bodh, Tattva Bodha, and this reading Bhagavad Gita, the last 2 years, totally we see the things different, like before we are all like in worldly stuff, that I am, like this ego part playing, oh, I did this, I am the one taking care of everything. And now more you think about it, oh, you have to let go of this ego. And I'm not doing it. I'm just only that instrument. I'm just, um, and the Yajna Bhava hasn't made, comes sometimes I forget. But then uh, that that everything we are looking in because of this knowledge, like I still have to study and understand a lot more, but then whatever we read in the last 2 years, that makes me look at things differently and also refine myself and reflect on myself where I am. My mind is not always very clear, but then I believe in, not believe, believe as well as I'm doing things like chanting or reciting Gita sloka, or you surrendered yourself, hey, listen, I'm not feeling this great, but what do I do? Like that, that bhavana is not just asking for things anymore. It's uh, uh, more of that surrendering bhavana, that I get. Uh, again, in all the chapters, like it gave Gita, by from the first, the background of Mahabharata, that the war, Arjuna's depression, and causing us to having this Gita, this very song of Bhagavan, and he gives this knowledge about Atma and how that person to be wise, how you are equanimous in your thoughts and uh, and taking things in your life. It goes on with and he also gives the roadmap of what to do, to get there to Atma and that Brahman, and that, really, as you guys all explained in different things, and that's pretty much what I think I really had to focus on karma yoga and dhyana yoga, all that to get there. So it's so beautiful and gives you the hope that we'll get there. And with God's grace and Guru's grace. And I think when you're with him, all feels that strength in us, like he comes as a strength in you. So that's what I feel about this Gita. It gives you the strength. Thank you.
Jai Gurudev. For me, this beautiful knowledge is purifying at all the levels. May it be, it's awakening me more and more. May it be at the level of ego, like if something happens, an event happens, uh, immediately, like maybe a little time after itself, the nidhi dhyas comes. Oh yes, here my ego uh, took forward, so I should not have done this. The awakening happens from inside. Maybe raga dvesha, duality. There is no dual. All the knowledge comes up. Uh, Telling me this, yes, this was not correct way, and next time I should be more aware and careful while handling the situation, and doing karma in with yagya bhava and acceptance, accepting the situation, uh, that is the foremost. So, and also, a day before, I really, I could experience the Sakshi Bhava, the body and the self. Actually, I was going and I fell down on the road. So, at first incident, I just accepted that, okay, I have fell down. I was in, like, I had lot of bruises on my elbow and on the left side on my knee. But, I just first accepted, okay, I have fallen down. I just got up and my home was nearby. So it was in lot of pain. But yes, I reached, opened the door, like I could observe and I sat down. So, and in the Sakshi Bhav, I could feel, I just sat down. Someone was guiding me. Like I could feel that my body, like my arm, which was hurting me a lot, was separate than uh, you know uh, the atma. So somebody was guiding me. Okay, I got, like, I went to, although I was in a lot of pain, I went and washed the wound with soap water. Then I sat up. I was feeling, my breath. I could see the change in my breath. I could see the blood flowing. Like I could observe all those things which were happening. I was thirsty. I just had some water. Then I kept my arm on few pillows and sat. And the guidance was coming. I was consoling my arm, and I was like a mother to the child. I was like putting my other hand and from top to bottom, and it is okay, it is okay. It was all coming, I don't know, from inside. And I was consoling that the pain, on the arm, and I could feel separation from, that arm. It is not me. I was feeling as if it is a separate part, and something from inside, like, was guiding me, and I was consoling it. And then I was doing, like, I put a music, the relaxing music as well. And I was in gratitude at that time that something big did not happen. It was okay. I am okay. You are okay. You are okay. It's fine. It's fine. Like, that is what it was coming. And I was grateful, really, that, okay, something bigger could have happened, on falling down at this age, So that was really a heart touching experience for me. And thank you so much, Brahmraji, the whole group, Nanaji, for guiding us and bringing this knowledge to our lives. Thank you.
Hari Om. Broadly, my takeaway from Bhagavad Gita is broadly, Bhagavad Gita deals with karma, jnana, bhakti. Karma, there is nothing called a good karma, bad karma. It is karma, means action. Action has result. So, when the first takeaway is for every action, there is a result. I'm not talking Newton's third law, equal and opposite reaction. No, I agree with action produces result. So it is up to us as to what kind of action we do and look for the result. And every action it is not guaranteed that the result will come out as you want it. It will come as it has to come. Okay, this is where probably the jnana, it switches into jnana. The jnana that karma produces result, action produces result, is the jnana we need to have. So inaction also is a kind of action. It also produces a result. So be prepared for be prepared for result for your action or inaction, because everything is karma. This is the knowledge we have to live with. So we should not think the explanation for this kind of a thought that I have in my mind is that we should not think that, okay, this is given to me by God and I will face it. We need to continue doing action. At the end of the action, the result you get, that is what is given to you by God, not the result of an inaction. So this is the jnana. Bhakti. Many times in direct form and in a subtle way, Bhagwan said in the Bhagavad Gita that this entire universe comes out from me, gets back into me. So we call it Maya, we call it God's play, or whatever it is. Because it is a Maya, God's play, it is not real. That is what we always keep on talking about in our discussions. No? This is all not real. This is all Maya. Okay, this is all Maya. Suppose we are playing a part in a school or college drama. There, for sure, we know that it is not real. You are only playing the part in that stage play. Because it is not real, will you stop playing your part? You will certainly play, and you will play it in, if you are sincere, you will play it, you will attempt to play it in such a great and fantastic way that you want to get the best actor award. If you know that there is one, you want to get the best actor award. So much of effort, so much of sincerity you will put in to get that particular kind of award. So in the same way, in this particular so-called Maya of Bhagwan at play, even if we know and we are very thoroughly convinced that it is not real, it is all Maya only, it is unreal only, play our part in such a way that we get the best actor award, and the judge is the Bhagwan himself. So karma, bhakti, and jnana. This here the intention, the strongness of our intention to do something, comes into play. Again, see, this entire the spiritual Vedic knowledge is Upanishadic knowledge is completely linked to one is linked to another, one is linked to another, because knowledge at the end of is one. Jnana is one. Like what is it called? Truth is one, but the scholars say ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. Like the truth is the same. Scholars describe it in different ways. Describes the same thing in a different way, but it is actually one. That ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. Like that, you hear this suddenly springs the thought of Lalita Sahasram in my head. Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. You have the Icha to do something very strongly. The cosmos will conspire to give you the relevant knowledge of that particular intention, what you want to do. So Icha Shakti is there when it comes, when that is strong enough in the right direction, the Jnana Shakti will come. The Jnana of that particular topic will come. And then Kriya, the ability of that particular knowledge to be put into action to achieve the ultimate end result. Also, the cosmos will give us. So, what we need to do is we need to always have that the conviction, the convincing thought that the karma is an unending process. Even if you are a yogi, if you are a sannyasi, if you are anything, if you wear bhagwa, saffron, and go and sit in the cave in Himalayas also, you are not free from karma. This is the jnana we need to have in our mind. So, when we know that about this karma and jnana, the bhakti of the creator of all this, on him you need to have that kind of a devotion, whether you call it devotion or not, but that trust that it is that superpower. Here we call it Bhagwan Krishna. That is the power which creates and which creates from itself and which takes it back into itself. Knowing all that, we should not think that it is just Maya, let it play. We should do our part to get that Best Actor award. Hari Om.
Can't hear you, Premji. You are mute.
I am done. I said Hari Om. So I am done.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, Jai Guru Dev, I would also like to share about listening to the entire Bhagavad Gita. You know, in happiness course, like one of the sutras, acceptance of people. Acceptance of people wouldn't come to me naturally. It took me time. But going through the Gita has made me calm and seeing that कि सब में आत्मा है and they are part of that same supreme God has made me very calm, very divine, and my angerness has come to nearly zero minimum. That is a great achievement. And secondly, see, my daughter is getting married in November, and the first daughter got married about 9 years back. So I see the difference in my nature. Like I said, let's do my karma and leave everything on God. I'm not the doer. The things will happen on its own. And believe me, the things are happening on its own. It's all God's doing. And with this knowledge, it's helping me in other spheres also. So that's a great thing. And thanks, Brahmradi, for this, knowledge of Bhagavad Gita again and again. It has made me a much better person to deal with others and for myself, loving myself more and more. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else would like to share? A lot of gratitude goes to Bela and Dr. Mara, Suma, Mrinal, all of them who have uh, volunteered to read. Because if not for them, we would not have been continuing this. So acknowledging their contribution and their service it's important that everybody in this beautiful space. If not for them, we would not have continued this. So Bela, we've not heard from you. I know you may have been busy right now, but I would not like to call out names, but if everybody also shares, will be great. I think everyone else has. Vandana ji and Shankari ji, Sarala ji, Madhu, Bela. We have a few minutes.
Jai Gurudev, Shankari.
Yes.
With my small mind, what I have understood and all, it's actually changed my life. What the way I was living, and now, absolutely, like, so you take it a U-turn. Earlier we used to think fear and all were there. It's all gone now. It's the calmness is there, and you are doing the same. Life is same. It's not changed, but the way. As you said, it is the actually manual how to live your life. This is what I've taken, and how to live my life. I am only see the Gita. What is it mentioned and how to live my life. This is what I'm following, and I'm thankful to all of you. In fact. Brahmaraji too, especially you, Nana, and all, in fact. Because whenever the questions raising any sadhak, in fact, even that question is mine also, and I'm getting the answer also. And earlier, the life was with fear and all, it's all gone, it's calm. And now, what I feel, the life is only with you have to just, I have surrendered myself to God. I do my duties fully, 100% I give. In fact, I have got more energy and very happily I'm living my life and doing my all duties. So I'm so thankful. Means day and night, I always thanks to all of you. Thank you so much.
Jai Gurudev, Brahmaraji, this opportunity of reading has changed my life. So it is whenever you acknowledge, I feel little distance. Please do not say I do not say that because of I read and did favor. No, it is because I got this opportunity and God favored me at the right time, at the right point of my life. So I have no words to express my gratitude for this opportunity, beautiful opportunity. And I'm requesting everyone, it is such a powerful, opportunity to read and to, uh, it gives the words will not describe. Very, very beautiful experience, the bliss which you get while reading. And it has brought so many changes in my life. I am not the same person. It has given me very too much clarity in my thoughts, too much clarity in my action, And too much of conviction is there now. So fulfilling the life has become. Uh, there is no lacking in my life, I feel right now at this moment. And I'm so grateful to Nanaji and to you, Brahmaraji. Uh, uh, and I would love to continue uh, this Manana till my last. And I really I'm grateful for everything. The path of Shreyas has become so clear. Earlier, I always had confusion. You know me right from the beginning. I had so many opportunities even when I was in Bahrain. But earlier, like I used to repent, why did I miss that? Why? But now the things are so clear. What is Shreyas and what is Prayas? So my takeaway from Bhagavad Gita is Shreyas and Prayas, and I will choose always the Shreyas now. And that choice has become very clear. So I offer my gratitude to you and the whole family of our Manana session. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Whenever Brahmaraji used to say Antakaran Shuddhi, it used to touch me, that word. And when the 18th chapter we were reading only the meanings, that time I felt, oh, everything, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, everything is for the Antakaran Shuddhi. And the five grace we have. Then the how gunas make us dance, how the Maya, Prakriti and Purusha making us do everything, and how we can be, how the ego comes, how we are I and me, attached to the I and me, and how we are not able to live it, how the mind's tranquility is not there, and how we have gained it now, how the things are not bothering us like before, and the life means everything had changed. In this reading at this time, we have repeated these 18 chapters, and this time it was very much clarity about the thinking also and knowing ourselves. So this opportunity we got to listen and have a sangha, for everyone I am grateful. Thank you very much. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, everyone. For me, first of all, most important is I'm from the bottom of my heart. I'm grateful to everyone in the team, especially Nanaji, Brahmaraji, and Belaji, everybody in the group. And from my this thing, I can see that I was almost like a backbencher who is there but can't grasp much, because this is the first time in my life that I opened the Bhagavad Gita book. And so it was many times like how the backbenchers, they find it so difficult to grasp some subjects. It was like that for me. But I used to go out of the classroom and then again push myself into the classroom. Like that it was. Like I used to wonder when I was in school and all, how come my classmates, other friends can't get the mathematics. And I used to teach them after every class. I used to sit with them and again explain everything. But now I understand what they were going through, and still like tears in my eyes, and still very much, but certain subtler aspects. I used to miss the class, but then go through the YouTube and then again, oh my God, this is beyond my capacity, then drop it and then again. So still that jumping out of the train and then again pushing myself into the train is going on. And grateful that the whole team is engine is pulling all the and so all of us in that direction, and hope that the third round will continue, and there my sincerity and I will put my best in the coming sessions. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, I just want to add one thing. From my childhood, I wanted to actually I was keen to learn Gita, but my father started. But journey with my father it was my bad luck, very short. In fact, he left very early. But after that, now at this age, I've got again. So this is also my prabhada. This is what I always, when I learn the knowledge, I always think over it, whether it is correct or not, and I experience it in my life. So this is also, see, when the time comes, then only you will get. So just wait and do your duties. So these are things, in fact, I've learned, in fact, all this. Thank you, Jai Gurudev. That's all. I thought just to share.
I know we have come to the end, but I would like Dr. Renu and Mrs. Vandana, if you want to share anything, please do before we close.
I have put it in the chat.
Yeah. Dr. Renu says Srimad Bhagavad Gita has solution to every problem of life. We need to read it again and again to absorb it and make it part of life. Grateful to respected Nanaji, Dr. Brahmara, Belaji, and all of you. Very right.
Jai Gurudev. This knowledge of Bhagavad Gita has helped me a lot. Earlier, I was very sensitive. I am still sensitive. But it has helped me to let go of things and face life in a better manner, but being more stronger now. My deep gratitude to everyone here in the group, to Brahmaraji, Nanaji, and Abol, our Guruji. Jai Gurudev.
Wonderful. So we'll close here today, and with the faith and conviction that the Shastra Kripa dawns on everybody. Guru Kripa anyway is there. That is why we are all here. Atma Kripa is there. That is why we are making ourselves, join this and be part of the Sangha. But Shastra Kripa, praying that the Shastra Kripa also dawns. And we'll take this forward. From tomorrow, we will begin watching Gurudev's discourse on Bhagavad Gita. We'll do it in English. And we can watch one or two depending on the length of the video. And then we'll have the last 10-15 minutes for Manana. I think we'll do that from tomorrow. Okay. Jai Gurudev.
Jai
Dr.
Gurudev.
Brahmara,
Yes.
will it be for 1.5 hours, or the session would be for 1 hour? Like you were saying initially, no, Dr. Renu has requested.
Dr. Renu had requested for keeping it at a 1 hour session. I'll leave it to all of you. If 1 hour is going to work out for everyone, we can keep it at 1 hour. I honestly don't know the length of every video. Maybe we can take it as it comes. We'll keep it little flexible. I don't want to keep it too tight to 1 hour. Sometimes there may be a spillover. So for the time being, we'll keep it as 1.5. But if we are finishing well before, I think we can cut short the time. We don't need to hold on till 1.5 hours. I think we'll take it as it comes. What do you think?
Sorry, Brahmaraji, my request.
Yes.
Once, sorry for deviating the topic. We need your presence for satsang also. Kindly spare that once a week also, if it is there, then we will truly appreciate, Brahmaraji. Please, I know you are too busy, but we would love to have just maybe a 15 to 20 minutes in a week also, once in a week satsanga with you. Please fire with the same our Manana group.
Yeah, Brahmaraji, you can give us a small meditation and satsang, means whatever you
feel, but we need that also. It's a request.
Yeah, maybe we can do some chanting together.
Yes.
Yes,
can
that we'll also do.
do that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Dhanyavad, Brahmaraji.
All right.
You want me to put Maya Panchakam, Brahmaraji?
Yeah, Mamaya Panchakam will be fine. Cross the type. And thanks to everybody for sharing. Let's close the session here today. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
निरुपमनित्यनिरंशकेऽप्यखण्डे मयि चिति सर्वविकल्पनादिशून्ये घटयति जगदीश जीवभेदम् त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया श्रुतिशतनिगमान्तशोधकानपि अहह धनादिनिदर्शनेन सद्यः कलुषयति चतुष्पदाद्यभिन्ना न घटितघटना पडीयसी माया सुखचिदखण्डविबोधमद्वितीयम् वियदलादिविनित्ते नियोज्य भ्रमयति भवसारे नितान्तम् घटितघटना पठीयसी माया अपगतगुणवर्णजातिभेदे सुखचितिविप्रविडाद्यहङ्कृतिं च स्फुटयति सुरदारकेहमोहम् त्वघटितघटना पठीयसी माया विधिहरिहरविभेदमप्यखण्डे बत विरचय्य बुधानपि प्रकामम् भ्रमयति हरिहरविभेदभावान् घटितघटना पठीयसी माया त्वघटितघटना पठीयसी माया